Hey guys, it's cold this morning, so let's have our talk inside. Merry Christmas to you before I forget. So recently I have had a lot of questions about, do I buy or do I sell my house with a cash offer, or do I go the traditional route? And it seems like a lot of people are putting things on TV, offering cash and quick closes recently. So I thought it would be a good topic to talk about. As you can imagine, a lot of people in my line of work kind of look down on the idea of selling your house cash. But the truth of the matter is, depending on the reason, that could actually be a good fit for you. There's always exceptions to every rule, but one of the things that we typically see when cash offers work best is one of three situations. It'll either be one, it's an inherited property. A lot of times it could be a property that no one has any attachment to. They may not live in the area where the property is, and they just want to sell and move on quickly. The other situation can be maybe there is a job transfer and they have a certain period of time before they have to be in a different area to begin their work, and they just don't have time to let a real estate professional go the traditional route. And the third time we find that cash buyers work well is maybe if the property is in disrepair or the property needs a lot of work and the seller just simply doesn't have the financial resources to do the work. They would rather just sell and not have to deal with it, right? So let's talk about some more pros and cons to selling cash. So 3 pros to going with a cash buyer. 3 reasons to consider those is number 1, it's a fast close. Most cash buyers that we deal with, they are prepared to close within 3 weeks tops, and that's much quicker than the traditional time frame. The second thing is they are typically going to buy as is. So you don't have to deal with contractors and you don't have to deal with concessions to a potential buyer for work that needs to happen. And thirdly, let's face it, it's more private. Some people kind of get weirded out about the idea of strangers walking through their house to look to purchase it. And with a cash buyer, you don't have to worry about it. Many times you don't even have a sign in the yard. Of course, whenever there's a pro, there's also many times a negative. The negative for working with a cash buyer is you will receive a lower offer. Let's face it, cash buyers know that they are bringing a lot to the table, so they're going to offer a rate or an amount for your property that normally is less than market. However, that could be the overlying factor, the important thing for you, that you're willing to take less money for your property in order to be able to get the quick close, keep it private, and not have to worry about doing any repairs. All right, so if we decide to go the traditional sales route, one of the main pluses for that is you tend to be able to get more money for your property. Most of those buyers are getting a mortgage, and by using the bank's money, they are able to pay market rate, which is normally a good thing. You also tend to get buyers who are a little more flexible. So if you need a little longer to close, maybe if you're buying new construction and you're needing it to get done, you tend to work with a buyer that is a little more understanding and can accommodate what's going on in your life. The cons of going the traditional route to sell your property is it does take longer. Most of those buyers are going to be getting a mortgage, and right now, from the time a property goes on the market to the time it closes, we're seeing that to be around 90 to 100 days. So that is certainly much longer than what the cash buyer can do. So it's something that you'll have to take into consideration. The other con can be that the buyer may not have the skill set to do certain repairs that are needed on the property. So they're going to be turning to you to be sure to take care of that. So as you can see, there's pros and cons to going with a cash buyer or going the traditional sales route. It just depends on your personal circumstances. I would tell you, before you make a decision one way or the other, give me a call and we can kind of walk through the pros and cons and see what's the best fit for you. We have a great program here that allows a seller to have renovations done on their property before it sells, and not have to worry about that cost until the time of closing. And that oftentimes can get you more money. Be glad to share that with you if that's a situation that fits your need. I think that's it. You guys have a wonderful holiday.